Guys, before we start the video today, I want to say happy Veterans Day. Thank you to all the veterans out there who gave your service, some of you who gave the ultimate, to your families. God bless every one of you. Again, to all the veterans out there, God bless you. God bless America. Thanks for your service. And the ones who are not with us today because they gave the ultimate, God bless you. God bless your family, and God bless America. So here we are, beautiful Saturday, 84 degrees here with my good friend Matt.
Hey guys.
And we're at this, I guess we're gonna call it an RV show. Everything here is for sale. And I'm gonna say this, 50% of banks have more debt than assets on their balance sheet. And this is one of the reasons why. Because people went out and bought stuff like this, especially over 2021, 2022. There was tons of stimulus money, tons of easy money, tons of cheap money. People weren't working. They didn't have to go to work. They didn't even have to make their mortgage payments or the rent. So what did a lot of people do? They went out and had fun. They bought stuff like this. What do you think, Matt?
Well, I'm behind this. They're always towing 3-4 SUV, ATVs, and another trailer behind it, a car,
Golf cart.
It never ends. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what these are pricing out at, but
yeah. So these are not actually motor homes, fifth wheelers, campers, but they're not cheap. Yeah, we're gonna walk. I'm gonna just walk down the line here, but you got to think, how many people now, Matt? First off, you need a diesel truck to pull any one of these here. Actually, there are motorhomes. Okay, so we do have some motorhomes. But if you want to pull one of these fifth wheelers, one of these campers here, you're gonna need a $100,000 diesel truck to do it. So now people are having a difficult time just filling up the diesel truck and making the diesel truck payment, and now they've got a RV payment.
And you got to mobilize these things on the weekends. You have to want to do that, right? You have to get all, forget just the fuel. You have to have the time. You got to make, time away from the house, and this stuff's expensive, And what do you do when you get to your destination? You spend more money.
Right. Good point.
Yeah. Good
point. So here's some more.
So the smaller tanks, it's actually, in my opinion, a little bit better because you can just go.
So millions and millions of dollars of inventory sitting here right now. And Matt, it's Saturday, 84 degrees. Look at all the people here. There's nobody here.
It's a ghost town.
So, I mean, there's two people there, you and me, a couple people over there. But I mean, this is a lot of RVs. There's over 100 RVs and motorhomes here.
Easily.
And there's a half a dozen people here.
Huh? What does that tell you?
Well, it tells me, according to this article, I'm ambitious, RV sales in 2023, dealers closing shop at sales as sales continue to fall. The boom of 2021 and 2022 is over. It's over for boats, it's over for cars, it's over for RVs, it's over for all the toys, the sand rails, the dirt bikes, all that. Take a look at this. There's nobody here. There's multi-millions of dollars of inventory here, Matt.
Well, look, I mean, this is like the car market on steroids, right? You're gonna see it more pronounced, I would think, in a market like this with these RVs, because this is truly discretionary income. Having a car, maybe not so much, but having $1 million RV parked in the driveway, where do you store it?
Yeah, that's another thing too.
In your property, you got to pay for storage as well.
Yeah, that's a great point. There's definitely a maintenance cost here too. I mean, these things can't just sit out in the sun and bake all day. There's definitely maintenance. These things have tires. They've got to be stored, and that all costs money. But again, I mean, they're all over the place here. There's more over there, and then we've got the motorhomes over here. These are going to be probably, I don't know, starting out $300,000-$400,000 and going up. And again, there's not a lot of people looking at them. The boom is over. Sales are not returning. Sales, ladies and gentlemen, are plummeting. So this morning, I just went back and looked at some of the data. And I've done videos on this in the past, but RV company lays off 170 people in Elkhart, Indiana. Now, 80% of these RVs are made in one place, Elkhart, Indiana. And sales, they said, this year have dropped 50%, 50. How in the world can anybody tell you or myself that the economy is doing well, that the consumers resilient when you have an industry dropping by 50%.
What's the town? Elkhart.
Elkhart,
So I wonder
Indiana.
how you'd be interested to do a research on Elkhart, Indiana, and see how the housing market's doing there, how real estate values are doing there, how the overall community is. I bet it's got hit hard.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, everything has.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean,
absolutely.
it's probably more pronounced there. They're doing
Yeah.
this much of the manufacturing out of that.
Yeah, according to the article I was reading today, a lot of the production companies in Elkhart are only working 3 to 4 days a week. They're only open 3 to 4 days a week. And most of those, 80% of those companies that make these RVs that are in Elkhart, Indiana, most of those companies have laid off workers. So if you haven't been laid off, your work week's been cut down to 3 or 4 days a week. That's a problem.
Well, yeah, demand's not there. Look at this thing. There's no stickers in the windows here to see what the price tag actually is. But I gotta believe this thing I'm standing in front of is probably at least $500,000, if not more.
Here's a company, Grand Design, out of Elkhart. They just built and opened a 300 square foot service center in Elkhart back in 2022. They just laid off 170 workers. And this could get much, much worse. So think about the overhead that these manufacturers have, opening up new service centers. And now this massive depression that is taking place in the RV industry. And it didn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what was going to happen here. How many people can go out now buy one of these, $500,000+ motorhomes or $100,000 camper? Many people can't. Another thing I want to bring up too, Matt, is interest rates have played a huge role in what's happening here now. I looked up rates earlier today. They could be off. If you know more specifically where the rates are of these things, I saw about 7.88% to 16.5% to finance an RV. That could be off a little bit. Let me know in the comments down below. But it's probably somewhere in the neighborhood. Who in the world is paying over 7% to over 16% right now on a $80,000 camper or a $500,000 motorhome or $1 million motorhome? There are fewer and fewer people that can do that.
Well, first off, the pandemic money's gone, right?
Yep.
Number one. Number two, you're not paying 3%, 3.5%. You're paying, like you said, almost 8%.
Yeah, or double that, depending on credit score, the amount of the RV.
Yeah, there's no wonder there's no demand anymore.
Yeah, and you got to have a job.
It's dead.
Okay.
I'm sitting on my $1 million cash.
Your $1 million share. Okay.
Okay.
All right. It's nice.
Fine. After about 2 weeks, I'd be
Another thing too is we know fuel costs at some point are going to explode. And even now, fuel costs are much higher than they were a few years ago. Could you imagine having to fuel this thing up? I don't know. What is this thing holding? It's probably a diesel engine, I'm assuming, 300, 400 gallon, tanks on this thing. What if something breaks? I mean, this is just the overhead here. The insurance. How about insurance costs on something like this today? Insurance costs on your car has gone up. What do you think it's done on something like this? But fuel cost is going to be a huge, huge problem here because they are going to go up. And the minute a pipeline blows up in the Middle East, we're going to see oil prices over $100 a barrel. And how many people are going to be able to operate one of these things when we're back to $6, $7, $8 for a gallon of diesel? So very, very interesting. Very nice. Don't get me wrong. These are very, very nice. Nothing that I would have any ambition to owning or driving. I couldn't imagine wanting to drive something like as long as a bus. Scare the heck out of me. But yeah, here we are. The show.
sitting on my $500,000 recliner. Look, I mean, after about 2 weeks, I'd be bored of this thing. So unless it's your primary residence, for me, it's a no-go. I mean, it's not workable.
Think about rates right now. 7 to 16%. We're talking something more expensive than even buying a home right now.
These are more than
is
many
buying a home.
Yeah, more than a home.
And this is a depreciating asset. The minute you drive this thing off the lot, it's going down in value. And imagine what the used RV market is doing right now. It's got to be getting absolutely clobbered.
Yeah, probably worse than the used car market, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's blowing up. So, yeah, this stuff is very discretionary, folks. And discretionary, I think, is out the window for a few years for most people. And this is the reality. There's nobody here.
Yeah. So Yeah, I saw this yesterday when I was just driving down the road, and I figured, let's check it out. And just nice to be out here in 84-degree weather. It's not too hot, just beautiful. Just get out, get a little exercise, breathe some fresh air. Just really, really nice. But yeah, man, we got a whole row over here. Let's walk through here, and we'll get like a whole view of these. This one's running, generator. Let's go to this one, Matt. Yeah, maybe the air's on.
Well, it feels like it is.
Yeah, so we got the generator on. Let's check it out. Okay.
Cleaning crew is here.
Yeah, got it nice and clean.
No, air's on.
No, it's very warm. So this is I guess you'd call it the main cabin or bedroom. Bathroom. Nice shower. Let me.
JB's going to there.
All right.
You okay there, pal?
Yeah.
Got soap?
Yeah. Let me.
All right.
Oh, I can't open it.
How's your $600,000 shower? It feels like it's cheap.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap, but you know, honestly, I don't have much experience with RVs, but you know, I guess some people really love the lifestyle. I'd rather just stay at a hotel, but I just couldn't imagine. I mean, this thing must be like 50 feet long.
Oh,
I can't even imagine driving this.
So I never say that.
Okay, this one.
If this goes for this one,
yeah,
if that's what this is,
10,000 off, 190 if it's this unit. Yeah.
No way. This is the 2013 model. That means it's 10 years old.
It's 10 years old? Yeah, I guess it is. Look. Yeah.
Oh, so this is a 10-year-old model.
They're trying to clean the stains up right now.
I'll tell you, pay your tax. Special price today, $180,000. Add your tax.
200 grand.
Yeah, at 8%.
If you can get 8%. So just imagine if you could get 8%, $200,000, and this thing's 10 years old. I mean, you got to be out of your mind.
Yeah, there's no warranty.
You got to be out of your. You got to be out of your mind.
You're paying for something for sure.
That's unbelievable. Oh yeah, probably $1,000. Look at the. So we have used ones here now too. So we have new and used.
Yeah.
So maybe if we can find somebody in sales, we can find out what the interest rate plan is now. But this is nice. And really, we've seen probably more salespeople walking around here than actually buyers. Wow. Wow. Hey, how you doing? Hey, quick question. So, Matt and I just talked to a salesman over here, and he was kind enough to answer a few questions. He clarified everything here is used. So that RV that we just saw for, what was it? $200,000. $179. That was 10,000 off. $179. $200,000 out the door for a used 10-year-old motorhome. Insane.
He said the rates are anywhere from 8 to 12%.
Yeah.
He said for about every $100,000 you finance, the payment's about $1,200 a month. So give or take, if you finance a $200,000 coach,
Yeah.
that's what, $2,400 a month.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Wow.
and that's a $200,000. Some of these guys are more.
And he was very honest that business is very, very slow. And from here, so these are from Central California. They drove every one of these down from Central California. From here, they're going to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And then from Las Vegas, they're going to Quartzsite, Arizona.
Yeah.
Wow. what the cost that they must be spending to move these things to try and sell.
No one's here looking at it.
And nobody's here. Let me show you. The people over here are salespeople. That's a salesperson. Salespeople. There's nobody here. I mean, they've got to be losing a lot of money this week. This is, you know, it's a real eye-opener when you actually just get off the couch and just take a walk and take a look at what's really happening to the U.S. economy. And when you come out to an event like this and just see that there's nobody here buying today. There's nobody even walking around. And the money that is being spent here to move all this inventory here and then move it to Nevada, then to move it to Arizona. How many RVs would they have to sell?
It's the fuel costs. Half of these are sitting here idling. They're idling.
Right. The fuel cost alone and the labor. Like, you got to have drivers, right? Nobody's working for less than, $15, $20 an hour now. So, and they don't. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, here's another one. This is nice.
Bring that camera in here.
What do you got? You gonna show us something?
Yeah, come get this one.
All right. How much? All right. Tell us what we're dealing with here first. $500,000, guys.
$2,500 a month.
Say that again.
Bring your wallet.
You hear that? They need money. They need it fast. Okay.
This one's $500,000.
Here it is, right here. $489. What year?
Oh, you guys are 22.
22. So it's a year old.
23. 23. Nice. Now, motorhomes are June.
Okay.
Huskies are up 7-zip, JC.
At least the air's on here. Yeah, it's nice. $500,000. This would get you one of your
You
used.
said if you put $250,000 down, your payment's $2,500 a month. $2,500 a month. Okay. I mean, if it was a primary residence, I suppose, but.
Okay. And then you're going to have costs where you're parking this thing too every day.
Storage.
Yeah. Well, even where you're staying.
Oh, right. Oh, that's true. Right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's very cool. Very cool. Okay, very, very cool.
Who they play today? Stanford. Oh, they're favored by a lot.
All right. Thank you.
What? You guys don't want to buy this?
Thank you. Thank you.
USC's going to get like ordinance tonight, right?
Yes, sir.
So, 1 year old, beautiful, $500,000. Like Matt said, $250 down. Your payment's only $2,500 a month. So, half the sales force is sitting in the RV watching a football game.
TV.
So,
Talking about the college spreads on the game.
yeah. So my problems are much bigger than college football. We're trying to wake people up to what is really happening. The one thing you probably don't want to do, and one thing you want to avoid, is buying one of these things right now. This is probably the worst thing. This would be like putting a hole in your head to do something like this. This would be catastrophic to your health to buy something like this. I mean, it just...
And check out Ox Talks from yesterday. Please don't put money out of your house to buy a motorhome.
It's a good point. It was a really good show yesterday. Check out Ox Talks. Matt's doing a phenomenal job. And look, if somebody's out there, I name channels every once in a while. People that really, I believe, are walking the walk. Appalachia's Homestead, Patera. I don't know her personally, but I feel like she's really walking the walk. There's just certain people that I will, give a recommendation to every once in a while because I truly believe that they're walking the walk. So Matt is one of those people, so make sure you give him a lot of love and a lot of support. So moving forward here, so that was all the motorhomes. And then over here, we got all the campers. So we'll check those out. I just cannot believe the amount of money that must have been spent to move all this stuff. This all has to be towed. That's all being driven. Yeah, fuel costs, labor costs.
There must be
Unbelievable.
25, 30 sales guys sitting around.
Yeah, everybody's sitting around.
They're watching us. They're watching us
Right.
walk around.
Yeah, so Yeah, that's interesting. But I mean, you can't ask for a nicer day. We're in November, 84 degrees. All these, you know, we're right here at the Agua. Let me give a shout out to Agua Caliente Casino and Spa, right over there. It's a parking structure. There's the hotel. They have a spa. They have a beautiful pool. Beautiful resort. And so they have it here at their grounds. So here we are right here. And we'll walk through. We'll take a quick look at one of these. What's this, a little TV? Yep. Little flat screen, speakers.
So here with your case of Bud Light.
Yeah. Okay. So this is cool. You know, these definitely aren't $500,000. Maybe we'll get a price on something like this, but it's 100,000.
Show price 80.
Wow, it's more than I thought. What year?
It's a
17. So it's 6 years old, going on 7 years old.
so warranty's
Wow.
gone.
Wow.
If there is one.
Little fireplace, and this must be the bedroom, bathroom right here. Okay, there you go. Pretty cool. There's the head. And of course, you're going to need a very big truck. You're going to need a very big truck to pull something like this. You're going to need a $100,000 diesel, you know, F-250, F-350, or big Dodge to pull something like this. And that takes fuel. And that's another payment. So these are a little more weathered. A little wear and tear here.
Gas tanks.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see the Matt. You can kind of see the wear here and the wear here, so you can definitely tell this is 6 years old. And here's another question, Matt. Maybe you can answer this for us. Whoever turned this in, how much did they lose?
Yeah, that's how long they had it. They depreciated it, but
Yeah.
I'm sure they got killed.
Yeah, interesting. So here's some more. Yeah. So there we go. And then we have the vans down here. I guess we'll walk down this way, check these out. But there you go, like that black F-350 right there. That's what you're going to need. That truck's about $125,000, and that's what you'd probably need to pull one of these real big campers. Yeah, that's a nice truck actually. Let's check it out while we're here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to need for the ranch right there. But white. Yeah, I want it in white. Can't get a black truck. Yeah, it's $125,000 truck. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's what Aaron should have bought. Yeah, it's nice. Matt, I don't really know much about the RV business, but I'm kind of shocked at the prices, especially in this environment right now that I'm seeing these kind of prices. I just didn't think we'd be seeing used motorhomes 10 years old for $200,000 or campers 6 years old for, what was it, $80,000, $90,000? I mean,
I don't know what I'm looking at really, but the point is this: it doesn't matter what the price tag says. If no one's here,
Right.
Which means they're not buying.
Right.
So you're gonna tell me if the prices were $50,000 lower, $100,000 lower, it'd be a packed house here? No way. No one's here. They can't buy it.
Yep.
The consumer is toast.
So the market is saying something that prices are too high, because if prices were much lower, there'd be people here. Everything sells at a price. Problem is, things are so overpriced that nothing is selling. And where are these things going to have to be? Maybe they have to be 50% off. maybe that is what motivates some buyers to come into it. Maybe it's going to take that. People aren't going to be spending $200,000 on a used motorhome. I just don't see it happening.
What that means is they had to buy these things high, right? That's why they're having to sit on them. That's why the inventory is so high. They had to pay. They probably paid at the height of the market, and now they have got to clear them out somehow.
So this is what happens when the stimmies are over. This is what happens when $7 trillion of injected money begins to evaporate. This is what happens when people lose their jobs. And the result of all this is major inflation now, where interest rates to get a loan on one of these has now doubled and is suffocating the entire industry. And people, again, losing jobs. People don't have the discretionary money now to take a vacation, let alone buy one of these things to take a vacation. It's just not there. It's just amazing how people lost their minds back in 2021 and 2022 because of stimulus checks, because of PPP loans, because people didn't have to make mortgage payments, they didn't have to make rent payments, people didn't have to go to work. Did they believe that this was going to last forever, that they were going to get free money forever, that they could actually go out and finance a lifestyle that they should have known darn well they couldn't afford?
Well, this is a $2,000, $3,000 a month dead in the water payment. That's it. And then you have to, like we said,
with $250 down.
With $250,000 down, and this is not your daily driver. This thing is sitting in a storage unit until you mobilize the family, until you reserve the area where you're going to have it, until you pay for the daily fees, all the fuel, all the food. It just starts. The payment's just the starting point. It's add plus. So.
Could you imagine being stuck in a payment like this for 10 years? 10 years, maybe more. For what I read, you can go 20 years on an RV.
Well, how many of these things we don't know? How many were repossessed?
Yeah.
Right. How many of these things were taken back?
Yeah.
From people that over leveraged and couldn't afford it.
Take a look, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody here. Nobody here. There's a sales guy. Nobody here. Nobody here. It almost makes me feel like we're at a circus or a carnival.
They're inside watching football.
I feel like I'm at a carnival or a circus. Like, yeah, it's most people are inside the RV with air conditioning watching a football game. So I'm going to leave it there. Matt, thanks for taking a nice walk today. Let's grab some lunch. I mean, there's even more over there that we didn't even look at. Look at this. We didn't even look at that.
We've seen enough.
I want to, before we go, I know most of you probably want to see that thing. If that's what they're hoping is going to draw in business, they're in big trouble. The only thing that's going to draw in business is sales, big sales, big price cuts. I couldn't even find this thing. Luckily, I drove by it and saw it. Matt drove by it a couple days ago and saw it too. But otherwise, we would have never even known about it. I looked and looked all over the internet for this thing, could not find any information on it. So whoever set this up did a horrible job, unfortunately, because nobody even knew you were here. But it's a sad state of affairs, what's happening. This is a reflection of what's happening in the U.S. economy, ladies and gentlemen. And it's only going to get worse. Matt, anything?
Hopefully you're not one of these people buried in a $500,000 albatross that's losing value. If you are, maybe find a way to exit immediately.
Hopefully the next one will be a boat show, because that's going to be absolutely ridiculous, seeing the amount of boats that people are losing and prices dropping. I think a boat may be even a worse investment than one of these things. But people never learn their lesson, but a lot of people are about to. Have a good day, have a good weekend, stay safe. God bless.